Hello friends, ladies and gentlemen of internet land. J.Beau here, and usually I don't do a selfie stream, so I'm not really going to do one today either. But what I am going to do is I am going to take a small little mountain hike and take you with me, and we're going to go overlook the entire city of Lewiston and Auburn from the highest point around here, which is Mount David. Now, when we grew up, we used to call it Davis Mountain, and it's not named Davis Mountain, it's actually Mount David. So we're going to climb up that, which is not a big climb. It's very steep though. Basically what it is a big giant rock, probably about 200 feet up in the air, and you can climb up and look over the entire city of Lewiston and Auburn, the LA area. And the reason why it's there is you can't build anything on it or around it. It's just the way it's shaped. It belongs to Bates College in Lewiston, Maine. It's actually on their campus. So I will make a point not to bring my firearm today, which kind of makes me nervous because I bring it with me everywhere. But I need to respect the laws, and as a gun owner we need to be responsible, and we can choose not to go to places that don't allow firearms, or we can go. So I'm not going to hang out there, but we'll go up there, shoot a video, see what's going on, and it should be interesting. So thanks a lot for joining me today. I hope you have a good time, and I don't know how much of this walk I'm going to upload. I may upload the entire walk, or I might edit just the view off Mount Davis, we'll see. Or I might make the entire walk and make a separate video of just Mount David. And I called it Mount Davis Mountain again because that's what we've always called it, but Google Maps says it's not. So anyway, thank you for joining me. It's a beautiful day. It's in the low 50s. It was very cold last night, windy all day yesterday. I didn't walk, and so I'm going to trek on up that way. So join me right now. Hello friends, time for another walk, and we get Val's drive-in open for business. Batting cages in the back. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So today, as you may have garnered from the intro video, we're going to take a walk on the wild side. And I really don't know why I haven't gone here sooner. Well, actually I do. And that was as explained in the intro video. I don't like to go places where I'm not allowed to carry a firearm. Today it's a little cool. It's not cold, it's not chilly, but it's cool. And when that breeze picks up, I'm sure when I get sweaty, it's going to be kind of chilly. But I already feel naked without carrying my firearm. But I do have another form of protection with me that is not a firearm. So something's always better than nothing, folks. As long as it's legal. That's okay. And you might get a little bit of wind noise today. But as you can see, there's no damn clouds. It's going to be a great view. Which is another reason why I decided to go up Mount David today. It's about 2.5 miles to get there, so we'll get there, we'll go up there, then we'll come back, And I have decided to upload 2 videos. One will be an edited video of just Mount David. So if people don't want to see what I'm looking at while I'm walking to get there, we get a lot of people doing things like washing their cars. I gotta wash mine. So we're gonna mosey on down the road. But today we should be able to see Mount Washington from up there pretty easily, in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. So it is a good day for that. So I hope life is treating everybody well. I did a test shot of some night video using the, just to briefly explain, I have a video from a night walk the other night where the picture quality is actually very good at night. But I had to use the super view setting to minimize the amount of shakiness, because if I put some boost on, or you can put the boost on high, or you can put it on just on, which does some steadying, but it's more like a handheld cell phone stabilizing, and it's not perfect. But the thing is this digital stuff really depends on light and light sensing. So what happens is it ends up where anything that is a pinpoint focal of light, when it's dark out, it dances around, it's fuzzy, blurry, it's not focused. It looks pretty terrible. So I tried Hyper Smooth, which is what it's called, on the GoPro Hero 9 Black, and it seemed to be kind of a compromise. I think I can get away with it. Hi, how are you? So I think I will do that, just for a walk and see how it looks. I did do a test out front of my house, which came out pretty good. And actually an ambulance went by, so I was able to actually gauge bright flashing lights and see how that looks. And it was all right. It was okay. Not as crystal clear as without the Hyper Smooth on, but that would go side to side when I walked. This was a lot more stable, albeit not completely. But I'm getting close to what I want to use. Now, like I said in previous videos, if I was just walking and didn't have that on, I mean, if I wasn't walking and didn't have the Hyper Smooth or boost on because I didn't need it, it would be more like a handheld digital camera kind of shaking. But you're standing in one spot recording something, so it's, you know, if I was recording a concert at night or something, it would be perfect. Now, I looked up different gimbals online and knew they're all around $100 and up just for a Steadicam gimbal. And the thing is, with the GoPro, like right now, we have boost and hyper smooth built into the camera, so it doesn't need a gimbal. but it requires daylight and enough light for it to function properly like it is now. So that's the issue. And I even have the horizontal correct on, which is something I can't use on some of the other settings. And that means if I tilt my head to the left, the picture will stay steady with the horizon. It must have some kind of counterweight inside. Must be a small sensitive one. It kind of makes me worried about dropping the camera by accident, which I haven't yet. But the outside of it is padded with a kind of rubber. It's rubber coated. It is waterproof, as evidenced by the water jug videos. Shooting the water jugs, the camera always gets wet. So anyway, beautiful day today. Going to head on up the road. Going to head on up the road a piece. I brought my selfie stick and I brought my backup camera that has no steady in it at all, but it's good for selfie shots. So I might do a couple of those today as well. Not a huge fan of selfie streamers. Look at me, look at me. It's all about me. You can't see where anybody's going, so it's like, well, why don't you just save all the time and effort and just sit in your kitchen with a green screen behind you and substitute a background, because you can't see where you're going. You can only see part of where you went because it's a selfie stream, and when you have the camera pointed at you, you can't do things like, oh wow, look at that, or geez, I almost got hit by a car there. Oh really? I didn't see it. So with this, make sure I don't get hit by this car. See, you got to see that. And so today feels like a cool spring day, but that is going to change. That is going to change Sunday. Saturday and Sunday. So today is April 25th. Oh, excuse me. It's still cool enough to get the nose running. And, you know, like always, I apologize for that, but like this right here looks like a nice trail, but basically it just goes along the school and comes out where the school is. And I'm not going to go poking around those school usually. Well, today would be all right because I'm not carrying a firearm today, but it just comes out outside a playground at a school after about 1/10 of a mile, so it's really not even worth checking out when you can walk all through these woods across the road here. So anyway, it's still a little cool today, but it feels like spring, I guess is my point. Past 3 days I've been battling a headache, which isn't unusual for me. Whew, it's windy. And what I mean by that is that last night walk I did, talked about that, where outside school I was playing King of the Mountain on a snowbank, dove to tackle somebody and missed them, and landed square head first on a fence post, and it did something to my neck, one of the discs. And I was young, and when you're a kid, you're made out of rubber bands and magic, so you wouldn't get injured. Like today, I'd probably would have crushed a disc and needed surgery and probably been paralyzed or whatever. But anyway, a lot of times my neck always feels like it wants to crack, and when I do that, what happens is somebody lost a bag. So when somebody does that, it's one of those things where a lot of times my neck wants to crack, and when it does, I get a headache. So I end up getting a headache, and sometimes my jaw will crack. I'll feel this tension in my jaw muscles, and then my jaw will actually crack, and then 20 minutes later, guaranteed, I will have a headache where you get pain in one eye and also on the back muscles that attach to your neck. So never a good experience, something I don't enjoy, and so there's that. Anyway, pretty soon the city will be cleaning up all this junk and debris on the side of the road. I don't know who they use for that. I don't know if it's jail labor or something, but I just hit 1 mile. It's also about time where I gotta clean up all the debris on the property. And clean that up. So there we have it. There it is. I got my spare battery packs with me. One for the selfie stick, one for the GoPro, and you know, the Akaso, it's an Akaso video camera, pretty inexpensive. It was about $60 to $70, and you need to buy a mini SD card for it. Comes with 1 battery, 2 batteries, actually came with 2. And what I like about it is you can record on 1080p, and you can record over 6 hours, because the file size is not as big as what GoPro uses, but the picture quality is really good, 1080p. So you can record a lot of video on there, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It just doesn't have a stabilizer built in it. So, kind of a moot point. Oh, it's nice when the wind stops. So something else I was doing, I was visiting Hi buddy. Beautiful dog. You're a beautiful dog. It's okay. It's doing what dogs do, guarding the homestead. So anyway, what I was doing is I was checking out a channel on YouTube. All of the uploads are things like mall visits in the 1970s, grocery store shopping in the early 70s, through the 1980s. There's some 1990s, there's even a couple 2000s. Going to see a movie in 2001. Everything changed after 2001, obviously. None of it good. There's been nothing but nonsense. So, we're going to get on up. We're going to get on down. We're going to go to Mount David. Take a look around. All right. Alrighty. Hasn't rained a lot lately. Things are drying out. So I'm going to go up that mountain, which isn't a mountain, it's a mount, with my sneakers. And it should be okay. So it was nice watching these trips to the mall. One of them was a video in 1978. I'm assuming down south of Texas. I can't place the accent. No offense to any of you Southerners, but you all sound the same. y'all sound the same. That's obviously not true. So I don't mean to have any derogatory commentary towards that, which it isn't. I just can't tell who's who and from where. So I'm usually pretty good at telling the difference between Texas and Louisiana, for example. So I know this was the Midwest. I don't know if it was Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kansas. Have no idea, but the most likely bet would be Texas. Because everything's bigger and better in Texas. Anyways, it was the kids going shopping with mom and the family. The whole family went out together to go shopping, and they recorded, looks like 8mm, and it had sound, so it might have been 16mm. Something fancy. I don't know what they had for filming cameras back then with audio. I don't know if the audio was recorded separately, which I think it was, and then actually edited. So somebody had some nice stuff for back then, and all that stuff probably be worth a fortune now. But anyway, it was a pretty good quality, very organic looking, like things used to look. Now everything, if you read the comments to that, we can do a search. Doesn't matter which one you watch, basically, is what I'm saying, from the 70s on these trips, and they use home film. If you look at them, a lot of the commentary is the same. They like the look of the 70s into the 80s, where everything looked organic. The colors were more earth tony. Everything was warmer, friendlier, and something you could see that you don't see too often nowadays, and you didn't see a lot of it in the 90s, is couples walking through a mall wouldn't hold hands or show affection in public unless they were being slutty or sleazy, which is why I think people stopped doing that. So you look at the ones from the 70s, they're just people holding hands, arm around each other, pointing at stores, and you don't see a lot of that today. So it's kind of interesting. And the other thing indicated in comments in almost all of those videos is the organic and earth tones and colors, and everything looked better, and it did. Now you walk around, there's graffiti on things, and kind of looks like New York City and Chicago in the 80s. There's a lot of graffiti on everything then too, and society at the time was having these urban problems, and we're having those again today. So everything today is like red, white, black, silver, sterile looking, futuristic looking, and I don't like it. I thought it was okay in the 90s, like everybody else. You know, you had CDs and all this technology, and I think you're seeing young people realize that it's not good, and they're going back to the organic, earthy stuff. You're seeing more young people with 70s style haircuts, which is basically not cutting your hair. And you're seeing, if you're a boy, a man, and you're also seeing a huge surge in vinyl records and things for nostalgic reasons. Young people like lava lamps. They like buying shirts that say Nirvana, even though they can't even tell you a song that they have. It's just kind of a 90s retro for them, a before they were born thing. So it's kind of cool. There's a kind of a cultural thing going on right now, good and bad. So it's interesting to watch from an older person's point of view. I'm going to be 56 in July. So time flies. So this is also why I do a lot of walking, because I feel healthy and fit. I feel strong. We went up that steep hill a second ago. About 2.5 years ago, that hill just about killed me. I'd be almost out of breath at the top. And I've lost a good 30 pounds since then. And I don't eat garbage like I've talked about on past walks. I'm not going to rehash all that. But it is important, especially the exercise. That's the big one. That is the big one. Even if you're just getting the exercise walking around doing your job, if you're one of those people that sit behind a desk all day, you need to add some exercise. But if you're always up and doing things, and that's a lot different. That is exercise. So at least 700 steps a day. 700 steps a day in the 15-year study that they did. About 78%, I believe, or 75% of the people lived to their normal lifespan without serious health issues, and other people did not, but most of them did. Now, in the other study group with people not exercising, many of those got diabetes, they got overweight, they got heart disease, they got... So this was a study involving thousands of people, so it's pretty secure study. And I forget the name of the study, but they released those findings earlier this year, and it was quite interesting. So they said basically the threshold was 700 footsteps or more walking. Running was even better, but walking's good too. I do at least 5 miles just about every day, and this is an almost daily walking vlog. Obviously in the winter time when it's 10 degrees out, I'm not walking, but we had a pretty good mile stretch this winter, and I managed to get some walks in, as you can see on my channel under the playlist for woods walk, gun talk, and walking videos. So I hope somebody finds it interesting or inspiring. I have been told by people online they have been inspired by my walking, and I think it has to do with my age, where like that one guy I saw this week, I feel bad about. I'm not going to mention his name. I mentioned it in my last walk. About my age. Over 400 pounds. He's actually about 5 years younger than me. And I don't think he's going to make it. But he's having a good time reviewing junk food. Oreo cookies and gummy this and Reese's peanut butter cups, new formula, Rolo candy. He's not going to make it, folks. That's about the time he's going to get diabetes. And then by the time he hits 60, 63, he'll have kidney failure, blindness if it's type 2 diabetes. And so this is where Google Maps is wrong, okay? The voice in my ear just told me I hit 2 miles. Now, Google Maps told me where I'm going was 2.2 miles. And that is not accurate. Because I find it hard to believe that between here and there is going to be 2/10 of a mile, or almost a quarter of a mile, because it is further than that. So I don't know what it is, but the mileage on Google Maps is not accurate, or the mileage my phone keeps is not accurate, but I'm using the Google GPS that is supposed to match up with Google Maps, because I can track my walk real time with Google Maps and it comes out the same. So I don't get it. And sometimes my Google Fit app is off a little bit, sometimes by almost a quarter mile, but then after I finish my walk it corrects itself. So when it tells me I just walked 2 miles, that might not be accurate. It might be 1 3/4, or yeah, they're a quarter mile off or something. So after that big deluge of rain and 2 feet of snow we had over a period of 2 weeks, this was all flooded. It's all dried up now. I saw ducks in there swimming around eating bugs. So looks like things are drying out. City will come by and clean these sidewalks with the street sweepers pretty soon. A lot of times they'll use those bobcats. They look like a bobcat, and they got like a big spinning brush on the front, and they angle it towards the road, and they just drive along where I'm walking, sweeping the sidewalks off. Hopefully that'll happen soon. And with all the wind and winter storms and rainstorms we've had, there's, as you can see while I'm walking, there's debris all over the place. A lot of people have cleaned up. I'll be cleaning up shortly. I'm going to be burning all the brush. So alright, so that's going to be a pretty steep hill to climb. Now, I used to climb up that years ago, usually with my younger brother, who is working in North Carolina right now. We used to go sliding down there, either on sheets of plastic or sleds or sheets of cardboard. And one time I had one of the worst falls I've ever had in my life. Thankfully, I was in my early 20s or late teens. I think I was probably about 18 or 19. But that's one of those things where you're young and you learn where and what to walk on depending on the time of year. Anyway, people had been sliding there, and because they were sliding, it compacts the snow and it turns into ice, which is usually, you know, okay, no big deal. But what happened is the ice that was underneath it, we ended up getting a dusting of snow. As we look at that new telephone pole from the one that got hit by a car, and the car was kind enough to leave its parts here. So looks like they hit that pretty hard, as they say. Yep. I don't know. And this curb right here is kind of, it's one of those asphalt curbs. It's angled, so there really wasn't a lot to keep the vehicle from going up on the sidewalk, which means I should keep my eyeballs open for cars. I mean, not intently staring or anything, but anyway, we used to go up Mount Davis, I keep calling it Mount Davis, Mount David. It's Mount David. Gotta relearn a whole new thing. It's like the older you get, you gotta learn new things. If it wasn't for Google Maps, I'd be content with calling it Davis Mountain. Now I can't even say Pluto's a planet anymore. What a big jip. What a big jip. So we can see some trees there trying to blossom. Trying to squeeze out some leaves. Got some red buds on that tree there. Up ahead on across the street. I think that's a red maple. If I remember right, those leaves are just red all year. So they're getting an early start. We got some buds coming up on this one, or as my dad used to call them, cucombs. Le cucombe. That's Franco-American for tree buds. Leaf buds. All right, things are definitely waking up. Tonight's going to be 27 degrees. Going to be cold overnight. So I'm walking in the afternoon. Feels like it's about 54 right now. Supposed to go up to 56 today, and I think we're about there. So it's going to be clear sailing from here. Sunday is going to be 62 to 65, and Monday saying 68 degrees, which will be lovely because this is the most beautiful time of year for Maine. In the spring, things growing new, fresh. I got all kinds of walks planned out, which should be fun and interesting. I think the first one I'm going to do is Mount Appetite Park in Auburn. It's a few miles in there. It used to be a quarry, and there's a lot of woods and trails, little critters. Should be nice. I think it'll be lovely. So when I cross the road up there, I'm gonna have to get at the intersection. I don't have to, but that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Kids out there playing on the playground. Very nice. A lot of young people doing more physical exercise. I noticed I've been seeing a lot less fat people. Just an observation. Before COVID, there was a lot of overweight, obese people around, and there still is, but I'm not seeing them out and about. I don't see them driving. I don't even see all the electric carts all the time when I go shopping. You know, the electric mobility carts. Nice to see the bushes starting to blossom. I think after I cross this intersection, I'm going to go across. I'm going to cross the road like the chicken. For the same reason as the chicken, because I want to get to the other side. Thanks. Thank you. Somebody stopped, let me cross. Hopefully it wasn't because I'm elderly. Oh, that makes me laugh. So anyway, I want to go back to that 1978 mall trip. I got sidetracked on that because I couldn't remember where it was, but it doesn't matter. Mama took the whole family. They went out, and what was interesting about it is there was no Papa. Papa wasn't there, so he was probably working. They actually had family units then, and the youngest one looked like she was about 4, maybe 5, and the oldest one looked like he was about 19, 20, and they were all dressed well. They looked nice, and Mama was pricing shoes. She was like, nope, we got different pairs of shoes we got to buy today, so you can't have that one. We gotta go to these. And I thought that was kind of cool because that was reminiscent of the kind of thing we dealt with. And Mama was driving a nice muscle car. I thought that was cool. And muscle cars back then weren't that expensive, depending on what you got. This one had a nice chugga to it. And Mama was driving it. Oh, that was awesome. So, might have been something Papa picked out. But anyway, it was kind of cool. It was kind of a metallic blue with black racing stripes over the hood. It looked like a Plymouth. I didn't ID the exact model, but it was very cool. I really enjoyed that. And the oldest one there, I swear to God, he was a carbon copy of the fictional character Andy Travis, who was the program director for WKRP on the TV show. This guy looked just like that guy. Polyester shirt and everything. It was really great. It was a good look. So polyester, if you're not familiar, is a very economical, not something you want to get hot and sweaty in, and it is a material that always found a way to hold body odor in it. You had to wash it real good, and cotton is the best, or a blend. But all right, here I gotta watch. All right, cut across here. This guy's going to fight in a war. He's got a Nazi helmet on. We're almost where we're going. Should be interesting. The beautiful Bates College campus, the grass has not been mowed yet because it's still coming back to life. But there's usually a bunch of kids out here playing ball, softball. I've seen them playing flag football, no touch football. And that is the Bates College pond in the distance, which I might actually go look at today, because like I said, I'm not carrying. So hopefully there's no campus shooters today, because I don't have anything to protect myself with that would be effective. But this is something I wanted to show you. I walk by it all the time, and I never come over here because I'm always carrying. and I need to respect the laws. So I'm going to take one lap around this. All right, we'll take a lap just so you can see it, and then we'll head over across the street and we'll go up Mount David. Yeah, I'm starting to call it the correct name now. So we have a bench here, and this pond right here is really nice to play ice hockey on early on when it first gets cold. We've done that a lot. I don't play ice hockey these days. You can see 4 ducks out there. Hopefully they'll be over there when we get there. But this is the Bates College campus. They've been around since the I don't know exactly what year they were founded. I know it was the 1800s. Been here a while. I just hit 3 miles, so I'm definitely going to have a lot of walking in today by the time I get back. 6 or 7 miles, easy. But I've done that a few times. The most miles I did in one walk was 8. And physically, I did feel that the next day. And again, I will reiterate, walking every day, I found that my happy medium is 5-mile walks. There's the Olin Art Center over there. That's that place I told you about that when I was a teenager, I was riding my bike on the other side. They were having an art class, and this woman, college girl, was sitting there completely naked in front of the whole class. They were painting her or drawing her, or like, wow, okay, that was different. So there we go, Academia Batesina, 1855 it says. So this is what we have on the entire campus. Pretty cool. And so there's a lot of stuff here on campus. They get a football field, they get running track, and the running track here is kind of interesting because they used recycled rubber mixed with asphalt. Ooh, it's windy. So those are the Osprey I was telling you about. They circle around and then they pounce on the fish in the water. They'll dive right into the water. I hope I get to see that. Come on, go get him. He's just circling around looking for something to eat. Oh, it's going down. What's he doing? There he is. See that? He went right down in the water and caught a fish. Now he's going to go off and eat it. There he goes. Oh, he choked it down. Must have been a small one. He'll probably circle around and get another one. I always wanted to get that recorded, and we finally got it. How cool was that? So, all right, this whole recording day was worth it just for that. Is that awesome or what? That was really cool. I finally got that recorded. You've heard me talk about that on walks. I wish I could get that recorded. And yeah, I don't have a zoom, but it's still gonna look cool anyway. And we got some lawn chairs here that flipped over, or wood ones. We've had windstorms lately, as you can see, with all the pine cones everywhere. There he is, he's circling again. What is he going to scout out? Are we going to get another shot of him? Well, looks like he's full. He had his snack. So that was a nice catch. We got somebody in a hammock playing a guitar. Pretty cool. And we got students out here sitting, enjoying the day. So anyway, this is a nice spot that they have out here for having different functions, public speaking, music. It's been here for a long time. Got some ducks over there. We might be able to see the ducks. Hopefully the dog doesn't charge after the ducks. So I think this might have been worth leaving the firearm at home, because it is not welcome on campus. It's pretty much posted in most places, or it should be known to people even if it's not. And they have a lot of these police boxes all around campus, which they used to call rape boxes. Somebody needs help or something, and we got a broken alcohol glass looking thing in there for some reason. So, oh, the ducks are sailing away. There goes the caravan of mallards. So now we will cross the road. We've gone in a circle. That is the Bates College Pond. Always wanted to get that recorded. Now we have it. Look at the ducks out there swimming about. It is a beautiful day. Now the back of my back is sweaty. We'll go this way, it's the shortest route. But it's not hot and uncomfortable. I just have a good sweat going because my heart's going good. Feels good, everything's great. Now we're going to cut across. Cut across the campus. We'll head on up the hill. Beautiful area here. Oh, actually it's the next street. I'm on Ware Street. I gotta go on to the next street, Mountain Avenue. It's called Mountain Avenue because Mount Davis is there. I'm lost. I'm not, but I'm not lost, I'm just misplaced. Got a big rhododendron bush here. That's going to look nice when it's covered in purple, little purple lavender flowers, pinkish purple. You know, this is a beautiful college. I'm not seeing any protesters out here, so that's good. Kind of a national problem right now. I think some universities are going to have to step it up so we don't have nationwide violence breaking out. I think in 2020 everybody had enough of that. At least I did. All right. So I see some blossoms coming out across the street. I mean, straight ahead, but across the street we're going to go down. Not across the street that way. But look at all those birches. That looks really nice in the summertime. All those birch trees. And those birch trees were not there when I was a kid. Those are relatively new. I got this Wasn't here. That was all just an open field. So I'm gonna have to search where Mount David's entrance is. But Google Maps does have the trailhead starting over here where it's always been. And it's there. I see a picnic table out there, it looks like. Or that just might be a sawhorse. Sawhorses. Somebody working on something there. We'll see what it is, because we're actually going to walk right by it. So this is for the separate portion I'm going to upload. I welcome people on my walk on the Bates College campus. The full walk today will be linked underneath this video for the Mount David. I've been calling it Mount Davis since I was a kid. Google Maps says it's wrong. It's Mount David, not Davis Mountain. So with that, I'm going to head on up this very steep hill. I don't anticipate I'm going to die or anything from a heart attack. Definitely possible at my age, I guess. My mid-50s. And if I do, I'll probably get some of the most views my videos have ever gotten. So it looks like they got a piece of pipe here doing something. We got a snow shovel that's completely bored without anything to do, because you don't shovel leaves, and it's plastic, it's not good for dirt. So somebody had that over here probably for the purposes of cleaning snow, obviously, or making a path. And this hill is as steep as I remember it. Also seems shorter. Seemed like a longer hill. So when we get up here, we are going to have a view, a 360 view. 360. All the way around Lewiston, Auburn, out into Sabattis, out towards Turner, Greene, Lisbon, and we should be able to see the White Mountains. Just where New Hampshire's border starts, which includes Mount Washington. There's no clouds today. Should be a great view up here. So, oh yeah. See, right now I'm feeling my stamina. I got my stamina romping right along. All right. I don't have to worry about ice today. So, as you can see, we're getting up there. Oh boy. Now I'm hoping 20 years from now I can still get up here. Now I am going to open my selfie stick. Oh, we got some taller trees here. These trees are much taller than we used to have, but it's still a good view. I'm gonna cut the trees down, man. So that brick building is the one you see me walk by sometimes. St. Mary's Hospital, part of it. behind this tree right in front of me is that church you see me walk by a lot. Holy Family. And we got a broken beer bottle up here. Sometimes people make a fire, which is not a good idea up here with all this dry grass this time of year. Wow, look at that view. That is the Walmart distribution center way up there in Auburn. Well, on your way to Auburn. That is Home Depot, that orange line right there. Walmart's over there somewhere. This is the highest spot I can get, unless I climb up on this chimney. But I'm already equal with the height of the chimney, so this is all we're going to see. I can shoot my, I'm going to shoot my selfie stick. 6 hours of video on here. I'm going to use that much. Turn the camera a little bit. So we're going to do a nice 360. Get up as high as I can. This is the highest point. And I realize that's going to be really windy sounding because this smaller camera does not have sound canceling in it. So I don't know if you can see it, but really ahead of my finger, we have Mount Washington out there. It's still got a snow cap on it. So that's it right out there, that white peak. North is that way, and I know that because the river, the way that runs over there, I already checked it out on Google Maps in proximity to this. So we'll do another 360. Good shot. There we have it. We have a nice, bright, sunny day, as you can see. Anyway, this is an almost daily walking vlog. Pretty much walk at least 5 miles every day. Today it's probably going to be between 7 and 8 by the time I get back, with a little pause here to kind of like recoup. There was a steep hill coming up here, and this chimney thing we're going to go look at over here. It's something that's years. Don't remember, but that's all worn off now. It's a good 40 years ago. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Walking with J.Beau, and I am going to record my walk back. I'm still recording on my head with the GoPro, and this is the selfie stick, and this is going to be for my Mount David excursion separate video. So I hope you found it enjoyable. There we have it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm being silly. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for coming with me. Ciao! Alright, close up the selfie camera. See how many miles did I walk. I'm going to go snoop. A lot of beer cans and stuff down here. You see a canoe in the woods. But we used to come around down here when we were kids. And I'm gonna walk around down this way. I should be able to get around it unless they've changed it. So you can walk down there. And we're gonna come over this way. Now this is where you want to be careful of pine needles on rocks. These are dry, thankfully. When pine needles are wet, they are nasty business. Very easy to slip and fall. Very wet and slippery. And I'm going to come over this way. Came here with a date once, many years ago. It was a lot of fun. Right on this rock. That's all the details you're going to get out of that. And I think you can, was it this way? Well, I'm not going to go walking all around at the base. I don't remember which way I went. Which way did I go with Heather? That was my date. Oh, here we are. Down here. Oh, look at that. Looks like somebody was building something. Alright, I'm gonna go down this way. This is all probably much steeper than it looks on the camera. Pretty much guarantee you that. So we're gonna go down this way and see what they're building over here. Yeah, this is what I was looking for, this rock wall. Been a long time since I've been down here. So, what do we got over here? Wow, look at this. This looks like a nice little party spot. How cool is that? I got a brick fire pit. Some kind of rickety chairs. Got some wood stacked there for the fire. Some over here. Well, that's pretty cool. And what's it say on here? Lemonade. Oh my God, isn't that funny? That's a lemonade stand. Lemonade for $1. These days they should just make one from the Peanuts with Lucy for psychiatry for 5 cents. I always thought that was funny. Well, isn't that hilarious? Well, I'm gonna have to take a selfie stick video. Hello everybody, this is J.Beau reporting live from a lemonade stand on Mount David near Bates College. Yes, the rumors are true. They are selling lemonade. Nobody here at the moment. So they have a fireplace and they have something to cook with. They definitely have an illegal sales operation here without a permit. This is pretty cool though. It's on the side of the mountain. And you got college kids that come over here and do what college kids do. Enjoy life. How cool is that? So I'm going to head back the other way. I just wanted to shoot this video with the selfie stick, and pretty cool business. I like it. All right. We got 16% of the battery left. So when I think I get to the top of this, I am going to pop in a new battery. As soon as I get back here, falling down the hill and dying. There we go. I think what I'll do this time is I'm going to go around the base down this way. There's a path here. See, I remember this path. This is where I went hiking with Heather. Thin, slim little Heather. So we got this MNY with a $sign, money. That's always good. We got an old dead rotted tree. Looks really old. You see all the natural swirly grains in it. I bet you if you cut that into a section and the wood was still good, you can make some really nice looking burly kind of looking woodworking. So we're going to skirt around the back here. Find my way out of here. That way I don't have to go down that big steep hill. But we got a lot of loose leaves here. As you saw, I just slipped. I'm not wearing my hiking boots. I'm wearing sneakers. Sneakers are good for walking, especially on pavement. They are not good on slopes and hills. It's like walking on ball bearings sometimes. I think that's the worst of it. So I hope you found this walk interesting. I knew it would be. I think it's kind of cool that we got a good view of the surrounding communities up there. And all kinds of stuff. I think I gotta go, there it is. This is where I came in. So now we're gonna head back. When I get to the bottom here, I'm gonna change out my battery, but this will conclude the Mount David visit for my video. I'm gonna have a shorter Mount David video, and then I'm gonna have my full walk. So I'm gonna put my full walk linked below, and I'm gonna put the Mount David video linked under my full walk. So be sure to check those out. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful week. Enjoy spring wherever you are. If you're down south in Florida, you're already getting 90 degrees. It's hot, humid. I've already heard people online complaining about how hot and humid it is, and it's still friggin' April. Well, you're in Florida. What the hell do you expect? Ooh. All right, almost tripped on a twig. One of those things where I stepped on the twig and it kind of wedged itself in between one foot and the other one, and it created a fulcrum, and I stabbed my foot with a branch. So anyway, once again, thank you for walking with me today, and I'm going to change the battery and finish my walk, head back to the ranch. It's a few miles from here, so I still have a few miles to walk. I'm right at about 4 miles now, so I'm definitely going to have 8 miles today. So thank you very much for watching. All right, friends. Yeah, I just hit 4 miles. Now we're going to take a walk, and I want to take a walk through the campus just because I wanted to show that to you, and I usually can't, but today I'm not carrying, so it should be safe. And like I said, I hope no campus shooting starts today, because I left my damn firearm at home to be respectful of laws. We've already had loss of life here in Lewiston because people respected the laws. Thanks. So we need to be very cognizant of that. Got these beautiful dogwood. Those are dogwood blossoms. You can tell because of the bigger petals. Oh, I wish you had smell-o-vision, folks. That smells so good. Absolutely gorgeous. Stop and smell the flowers, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna well, they have marked crosswalks, but I'm not going to listen. So I'm going to walk over this way. This is that Bates College church that I checked out the other night while I was walking, and isn't that nice? Love that architecture. And we get that stained glass. At the beautiful Bates College campus here. I'm going to walk up this way. See all these old New England buildings built in the 1800s. The official start date for the college was 1855. Maine officially became a state in 1820. Looks like they're doing some work in the distance. Wow, look at this fat little guy. That's a fat squirrel. Hey, squirrely. Hey. He's just checking things out. So we got a USA flag. Class of 1927. Jerry Jenkins. I think he passed away. 2024 it looks like. Lived a long life. Looks like they need some new paint up there. It's coming off. Hathorne Hall needs paint. This is a liberal arts college. A lot of kids with money come here. Nothing against kids having money. I think we'll go down this way. Now, take a look at this building over here. Quorum Library. So this is the campus library. Pretty cool. And like I said, it's coming up towards the end of April. And we're going to have May coming up. At the end of May, they will have commencement. Get a lot of people studying now for finals, I believe. Pretty nice building. A bunch of young people here, hopefully with bright futures. David Hasselhoff is an alum from here. That looks like smoke over there, but I don't know why that's smoking. Is it steam? Yeah, that's steam. Must have a laundromat down there. So we got this Dana Hall right here. That's a pretty good sized building there. Not sure what's in there actually. We'll walk down this way. We've got Hedge Hall. And this area down here is where sometimes they have concerts, and I think Snoop Dogg performed here once at some point.
But
Hi, how are you?
As soon as I see him, I do plan to ask him.
And we got some kind of outdoor function that's going to be happening over there. Pettingill Hall, right over there. So we got the pond we were at behind there, and we got these buildings here with all the birches, which looks pretty cool, to be honest with you. That looks pretty cool. So we're going to take a walk down this way. Looks like they're planning some kind of ceremonies and events. Every year they have a thing over here. Everybody graduates. Usually a lot of fireworks. Fireworks usually around the first week of June, end of May. So these are all the old dormitory rooms, which are still dorm rooms. So it looks like they're getting ready for their, oh, welcome to Bates. So they might be, this is where people come early that are going to be attending this fall. That's something I did as well, not at Bates here, but another college. So I'm gonna walk down, head over down this way. Beautiful day today. So this is the football field. They used to have a running track around it, and they had a field in the middle, but they got rid of the running track and rebuilt it across the way. Looks like they have baseball practice going.
The third baseman, C.J. Brito, Trinidad.
Third baseman from Trinidad. Oh, let's pop over there and see what's going on with the ball game. We'll check out some college ball. All right. That's what I love about going out walking. You just really don't know what you're going to run into. And we'll get the Lewiston Fire Department over here, in case somebody's fastball is so fast they catch something on fire. I guess. So we'll cross over here. Let's see what's going on with the ball game.
Let's go 13. Let's go 13. Right on, Diego. Here you go. Here you go, Diego. You got it. Here you go, Diego.
Show up when I told you.
Right.
Hey, let's throw the ball.
I think he struck him out. He's out.
Let's go, White!
Got 330 up the line on each side. We got a jersey hanging in center field with number 11 on it. Looks like the very first inning. No score. We'll watch a few minutes of this and then we'll head back.
Leading off for the Bobcats, the shortstop, Jack Brennan.
I'm four. Get the bag, four. Say four. JD, let's go. Come on, four. Say four. Yeah! Oh yeah, four! That's fast! Boy, JB!
First pitch.
The center fielder, Keegan Ryan. The first baseman, Henry Prince.
Right back here. Right high here. Come on, Brad. Let's go, Brad. Hold it, play, baby. Be safe, Brad.
The second baseman, Ben Yenser. The right fielder, Brandon Bigney.
Let's go, Brandon. Come on, Gator.
The designated hitter, Trailblazers.
Well, we're going to head back. Don't know who's going to win. I was watching the Bates team. Scored a couple runs. That guy almost got a home run. He had his pitch and he just missed it. So hope you enjoyed part of an inning anyway at Bates College. It's always nice to watch live sports. Ooh, that breeze is chilly. Well, got a lot of good footage today. Hope you enjoy walking with me. Now I gotta walk all the way back. Oh, ground's a little wet right here. Gotta be careful. It's wet. Oh, my feet got wet. Damn it. I didn't want wet feet. Sounds to me like they're scoring some more runs. That pitcher for the other team, the visiting team, the guest, is not having a good day. He's all over the strike zone, threw a couple wild pitches, giving up hits. So it's like a little ball bag. James G. Wallach Tennis Center. So these are the tennis courts that I go by frequently. Now I'm going to head back home, make sure my walking app is still walking apping. We're almost up on 5 miles already. Still recording. Now I can walk down this side because we don't have any more snow banks, even though there's no sidewalk. So we'll go down this way. And this is also Bates College property that I'm on. And like I said, I'm not carrying, so all is well. I don't expect to get tacked in the middle of the afternoon. One never knows, though. Some people playing tennis. I might be okay at old people tennis. Never really much of a tennis player. I used to go on the tennis court with rollerblades and shoot pucks at the green background that they had to practice tennis on. I'm sure they weren't happy about that. Did use tennis balls though, at least they did that. So this is the ice arena building over here, where the Bates hockey team plays. Pretty decent facility. I've skated on it a couple times playing hockey. There's one time I was telling you about that was the only pair of skates I had, and my older brother hit me with a hard pass and it actually unglued my boot. So I had the side of my boot sticking out, and that skate would not stay tight because it was coming apart. I couldn't skate with it. So I didn't like that. Like all kinds of cool technology today for ice skates. Younger people today have it made with the technology. Custom molded skates, affordable. Things like that. They were just experimenting with that stuff when about the time I stopped playing. You had stuff like pumps where you could pump them up to tighten your laces. So now we can walk on this side of the street finally. It's not all soggy, the ground's not mushy. Not too bad. I just hit 5 miles, hour and 54 minutes. So it's going to be a big upload. I might do some editing, I'm not sure yet. Hi. So looks like we got maybe a college kid across the street, maybe a high school kid going to practice. But he's got his lacrosse. Now lacrosse seems like a sport I would have really liked, and I never played it, but I like the physical contact aspects of it and the skill and finesse, which is pretty much like ice hockey but on grass, running. So physically, I enjoyed ice skating more. Something I could relate to. Probably would have got into snowboarding too, or skiing, maybe, because I understand the physics of it. We got a lot of good stuff recorded today. I am so happy about getting that Osprey catching a fish. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. Make sure I don't lose my spare batteries. Kind of loose in my pockets. Actually, I should just put them in my bag. Like, duh, right? Like, duh. Maybe you should have crossed before I got here. This is not a very cross-friendly intersection. crosswalk, and I'm gonna take it. Definitely one I could get killed on, though. Nobody's watching for somebody walking crossing here. I'm just gonna go. Thanks. Yeah, that was easy. Didn't have to push no buttons and wait. Just keep your head on a swivel and cross. That was old school street crossing. Kills me how all these young people, and I've talked about it before, but pretty much a lot of these young people, you can gauge their critical thinking skills by watching them waiting to cross a street. True story, really true. And the reason why I say that is if they stand there and they can't muster up the thought process enough to figure out cars coming, negotiating crossing a street without getting hit or causing an accident, or somebody didn't teach them to look both ways before crossing and then look the first way you looked again to make 3 looks, and they push a button, and this is what they do. They'll push a button on a pole and wait for it to tell them it's okay to cross. And while they're waiting for it to tell them it's okay, they're not watching anything around them. They get their cell phone in front of their face, and it's an opportunity to do something on the cell phone. So then they step off the curb and they get hit by somebody going through a red light. So probably somebody like them. I don't know, I'm just saying, you know. It's a pretty sad state when everybody that's young these days, they don't do anything unless they have permission, unless it's some kind of selfish interest. Then they feel like they can do whatever the hell they want with no consequence, and which is really too bad. Hey, just an observation. They're not all like that. I'm just saying, you know which ones I'm talking about. So now I'm gonna go up this way. Gonna be traffic. As you can see, this is a busy street. So that day that I ran out into the road and got that little girl in the diaper, she was running right out in this traffic like this. Went right out in the road and stopped traffic coming both ways. And I did not upload that video because I don't know who that kid was, and YouTube has a terms of service for showing film, especially of children, without their permission. So I don't want to get flagged. Something else they do when you apply for monetization, which is the purpose of doing that also, is they go back and they check all your uploads. So you apply for it and it takes a while to get approved or denied, and they will deny you on certain things. Maybe political content, I don't know. If that's the case, I probably already got myself in trouble. But it has to do with advertisers on YouTube, and a lot of them are woke corporations. So they don't like gun channels to begin with. A lot of people with gun channels are getting reprimanded all the time. Some of them don't even know why. They weren't even notified. So I mean, you don't even get notified so you can fix what you did, which might be a tactic to try to get you in trouble, so they can have an excuse to kick you off. I don't know. All right. This person saw me. Thank you. That was nice. She saw me ahead of time and waved to let me know it was okay. So they dug this up here. But these tree care people are still out and about chopping up trees. Oh, there's my doggy friend. I was wondering when he or she would notice me. So over here, we could see the Easter decor has been devastated by storms. Doesn't look like it's recovered. Looks like they're kind of taking a break. I think this time I'm just going to head straight home instead of taking my side street. I always take my side street to make sure I get 5 miles. But we still got a couple more to go. Or more. You won't be with me for the whole walk. Definitely was a good walk today. And I hope you enjoyed a different view. I had a little bit of rice and vegetables before leaving. I don't like to eat heavy for a walk. That bogs you down. Sometimes you eat so good that you gotta wait till it's digested before going for a walk, because you know you just don't feel like it. So I had a little plate of cooked rice with some salt and some rotisserie chicken seasoning. And put on some mixed vegetables on there, which had carrots and green beans and corn cooked from raw. I like buying bags of frozen raw vegetables. They cook very easily. In the microwave, covered, you could steam them. And I rarely, if ever, follow the cooking directions on anything. And, because they're always about the same. 380 to 425 for frozen things like lasagnas or frozen dinners for whatever time until they're cooked. And you can usually gauge that by the size of it. And I don't eat that stuff anymore anyway, I'm just saying. You know, if you're baking muffins, everything is usually about 20 minutes. 20 minutes on 380 to 450. Typically 425. Our oven on 425, I'm guessing, is probably closer to 390. So I haven't destroyed anything yet. A couple of weeks ago, though, I did overcook some of my beans I was cooking. The water got low while I was distracted doing something, so they ended up getting burned a little bit. But that was pretty good. That's my new love, by the way. Great Northern white beans. I got to tell you, I'd never had those before. Every store has them. I just never tried them out. So what's good about them is they're a little softer. You don't have to cook them as long. You basically bring them, I'll put half a bag in a pot, and I will bring them to a boil and then lower it to a medium heat to simmer. And I lean a lid kind of off kilter. Keep an eye on it, and I usually only have to add water once or twice to it. And, but you soak them overnight. They soak very well, and they expand pretty good. And they're easy to cook. They don't take all day. So I'll usually put that on there, and I'll put the timer on about an hour and 15 minutes on simmer. Usually comes out about right on the stove I'm using, which is an old-fashioned electric. Probably be a different setting for gas stove or a modern stove, I have no idea. But they are pretty damn tasty. And now the other thing I like about them is they're not as gassy as other beans. I mean, a little bit, but they're not like, you know, if you eat too many of them, you're going to regret it kind of thing. They're actually very good, and they're very tasty. And one of the few beans I've ever had that tastes really good, fresh out of boiling water with no seasoning or anything. They get a nice creamy context also. Texture, I mean. So, they're very easy to eat. You don't have to chew the hell out of them. And very tasty. Very good in soups. So what I did earlier today is I got some of those cooked up. I'm letting them sit on the stove top until they cool off on their own while I'm out doing this. And I threw some potatoes in there, some onions, and I dumped some diced tomatoes. We'll get across here at the Hannafids. All right, now I just hit 6 miles. A voice in my ear told me. Definitely got a good walk in today. Feeling good still. I don't feel like, oh my God, I wish I could just get home. So I don't feel like that. Feel like I did something though, but I feel good. It's all right, man. This was the whole point of doing this, because 2-3 years ago, this would not be comfortable, this would not be fun, I would not enjoy it. But now I have my stamina. And it's all about the stamina. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at this beautiful car. Now these guys over here, I've noticed, they have Trump flags out here usually. And, ooh, isn't that beautiful? Duster. Plymouth Duster. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, right there. I would not mind that at all. So anyway, I noticed once in a while what they have out on that lawn I just walked by is they have different restored muscle cars. I think they're involved with that somehow. I remember about 5 years ago they had a couple of 80s Mustangs, a 5.0, 5-liter, big V8. Big engines in those. don't know if that's what it had for an engine, but those big V8s, they make a nice noise. How much is gas today? $4.73. Diesel is $4.82. Well, son of a bitch. Well, gee whiz, that was a nice walk. Now I got all kinds of video to edit. We'll see what came out good, what didn't. I might just leave it as one whole thing. I realize an upload over 2 hours is a long watch, but it's a walking vlog, and YouTube is letting me upload it. So I am definitely going to do the Mount David video separate. Probably do that first. But when I enter 2 cameras into the mix, that means if there's something I'm going to use from one, I have to edit out the other one. I mean, I don't have to, but it gets in the way. So it looks like we're going to have more like 7 miles today. A little over. But I will stop recording a ways before I get to where I'm going. Because like I said, I cannot reveal the secret location of the Bat Cave. The Bat Cave is a big secret. And there again, I just look at the street light. It's red. So then all I got to do is watch for people turning or going through the red light. Then you just walk across. Pretty simple. Doing that a long time. We used to cross when we were kids and we didn't have that stuff. We didn't have buttons on a pole. And they were just introducing those then. Maybe they had them in the big cities before then, but I don't even think we got cable here until the 80s. All right. Well, I like to wind down my walk outside here, Pizza Hut. I still got a ways to walk, but thank you for coming with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the Mount David view. And other things we saw, like Osprey eating a fish, Bates College campus. And have a beautiful week, everybody. Stay safe, and hopefully nobody hurts you. Bye-bye. Till next time, friends. Have a nice day.